Welcome back. It's now 7:30 and time to take a look at what's been happening on the political arena of the past few days. And what's on right now is the nomination still happening across the country, and UDA and Azimio la Umoja, so to speak, have also been having the nominations in different parts of the country. We have got several names who actually were dropped at the exercise, during the exercise rather. So let's get to understand how this happened and why some of these big names did not make it back to the nomination list, and what were some of the reasons. And with me today, I have got Elijah Chege, who is an independent candidate running for that governor seat in Nakuru County. Elijah, good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, Victor.
Why independent? So to start with.
Okay, fine. And if you understand the political culture of this country,
yes,
most of the time, if you don't have name recognition, if you don't have the money, most of the time, your chances of getting the ticket becomes very difficult.
It's money, name
recognition, money, and power. How you've been known for some time.
Yes. So
I figured out personally, because I have my ideas, I want to put out to the Nakuru people. I believe in character, I believe in integrity,
yes,
transparency, and I did not want to put them in a political arena which does not even respect the same. So I decided to run as independent candidate.
Where have you been all this while? Because when you talk about Nakuru County, we only know of two people, that is Susan Kihika and Governor Lee Kinyanjui.
Okay, fine. As a matter of fact, I've been active on the ground. There's some things I've done, especially in areas of education.
Right.
Like I came to understand in Nakuru County, the issue of education is dire. Like we are talking about 3.6% tertiary education. That's very low numbers. You can perform with those kind of numbers. So my first impulse was to go in the education sector and try to build infrastructure.
Yes.
And I came up with a project we call School Locker Project, whereby we would buy lockers, take them to school so that we can, as much as we are concentrating on academia, we also concentrate on the setup of the infrastructure of the classroom. That's why I came in. And that is why I started my journey, because I figured out the money allocated to education is low. Nobody's paying attention, and there's no way we can move forward if we don't put the right structures in education.
Absolutely. All right. So during the week, over the weekend and over the past few days, that is UDA held the nominations, which actually still is happening across the country. But when you look at the numbers, certain people actually did not make it back to the list, and it was a shocker when you talk of the likes of Woman Representative Kate Waruguru, when you talk of Senator Isaac Mwaura, MP Moses Cheboy. Actually, it's listed here on the paper. Many of the political heavyweights who were felled in the primaries either joined late or were just flip-floppers during the party nominations. Kenyans have a tendency of voting people out, not in. Is that our character?
Like there's a philosophy where I come from. Like you say, we are very good in filing, but we are very poor in hiring.
Yes.
What I think is, as a matter of fact, I don't think anybody should be surprised. As a matter of fact, we should have a system to get rid of all these people. Because first of all, they don't stand for anything. I'm very sorry, and I don't know how many of them are running to be dependent candidates already, but I know that office will be abandoned by every other one of them trying to be on the ballot, because they do not believe in anything, Victor. You see, in politics, party politics is about ideology.
Sure.
But these people do not believe in anything. They were in Jubilee the other day. Now UDA, most of them who moved, especially in Central Kenya, who moved to UDA, they are riding on William Ruto's popularity in Central Kenya.
Yes.
They don't believe even in William Ruto himself. If he wasn't to make it to the presidency, I'm sure we could be talking something very different here come after the elections. Yes. So because they don't stand for anything, I don't think we should be surprised with their behaviors. It's a very easy algorithm to create on where you want them and where you find them.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Because when you look at the big names, so to speak, we have got CS Keter, who actually was running for that Kericho seat, also did not make it back.
Yeah.
Sosion did not make it back. Peris Tobiko did not make it back. And you know, the number continue to rise, and actually that's actually what has made UDA to have certain areas to do that election again. Yes.
But Victor, this cultural thing, by the way, even in Kenyan demographic, if you look at the areas, we might be a country, but we behave very differently politically. Rift Valley has a culture of sending old guards home. Every now and then, especially after Moi, you can see they have this culture they have built of trying to give new people opportunities. And that's why you see Iso Toto, a 22-year-old, I guess a 23-year-old, who won exactly 24-year-old. She didn't have money, but people went for her. It is not a new thing. As a matter of fact, even the way even Ruto came up was that they harnessed that kind of renewal in politics. I don't think we have that culture here, especially in Central Kenya.
What has changed?
Where?
In the political landscape. We are good at hiring, not firing. At firing, not hiring.
Yeah, absolutely. We need to have a way of hiring, and the political parties are supposed to harness a system whereby we are hiring the right guys, even if we are firing. But like I'm telling you, they are buggered. There's something I can credit them for what they were trying to do, because at the end of the day, a political system is trying to look for stability. It doesn't matter as much as what we call the political system at that moment. You can have a democracy, you can have autocracy, you can have a lot of systems that work. But if you look at our democracy, if you cannot do it in political parties, then how do you expect these people to have a democratic inclination when they're governing? So that's the problem. But what I can say is there's a cultural problem. We have to start Victor. It's not easy. Even party hopping is not a new phenomenon in Kenya. This started all the way in 1963. You can remember, after multi-party democracy, we could not even come together, and we knew we needed to remove more. We divided those parties into a couple of parties, and they became irrelevant. So it has been a system which we have built a culture in it, and it's affecting us. But now we need a new generation that understands that's not necessarily inclines itself with those old guards, with new ideas, new phases, so that we can have a political system that is clear and hiring the right people.
But even though we have to give the DP some credit, because he's been in the system and probably he understands how, nominations is done. But UDA, so to speak, is rather a new outfit.
Absolutely.
But out of all these, out of 100%, how much would you give the DP, the UDA in general?
Okay, what I say is there's no UDA without William Ruto. If you were to do a calculation, if William today was to wake up and say, today I'm in Azimio, everything in UDA and Kwanza would melt. We all know that. The same case may be with Raila. If today he was to say he's not in Azimio, Azimio would melt technically. So these are centered around these two politicians right now, the two major politicians. So there is no ideology. There is nothing. What is UDA? UDA is, like you say, is a very new outfit. It hasn't even sold its manifesto. But everybody is going there simply because of popularity and trying to ride on DP's popularity.
When you look at the nominations that were done over the past few days, there is going to be a repeat of that exercise in 13 constituencies across Nairobi and part of Rift Valley. And this, of course, is a fresh battle. Perhaps somebody will say baptism by fire to the DP.
If I was to advise the DP, I would give him what I call unsolicited advice. Let these people go. They have no value. If he believes in anything, this is a time for his philosophy of hustle now to gain roots. Because if you didn't win, people don't want you. So why are we going back? You do not have to have a system whereby you want all the time to make sure these people are comfortable. They will never be comfortable, Victor. I'm telling you, if he doesn't win in August, they will change the tune. Look what they're doing to the president, to Uhuru Kenyatta. Most of them came through his popularity and his support system. But look what they're doing to him. Because they don't believe in anything. Because if they believe in anything, at least for some reason, we would have seen an ideological change. But right now, the new sheriff in town is William. And they're going to ride on him.
It's a tough game for all the political players, to start with Honorable Raila Odinga. He's been in the system, he's been in politics for quite some time, but he understands how politics is played and how grueling nominations can be. These politicians know very well that it's a tough headache.
It's a tough headache.
Right?
Absolutely.
And what exactly? Speak it on.
Okay, first of all, democracy is a messy. Actually, I don't remember whether it's Churchill who said, is the worst system except every other one. But what it is these people understand it's an expensive affair, it's very messy, and it's going to have fallouts. All this is expected, especially in our form of ethnocentrism in politics. But what Raila knows, and that's why I'm crediting them, I wish they can come up with a position whereby at least they can choose whoever, and then we win and defeat them in the ballot. Because we can be very comfortable putting an independent, credible candidate out there against whoever they choose. But at least we have a peaceful system. Whatever they're coming with the negotiated democracy is not bad. Let them negotiate whoever they come in.
It's happening in Wajir, in some parts of Tana River and Northeastern.
Absolutely, because at the end of the day, politics is about stability and form of government. So if they can have that, at least we can be better off, Victor, more than having people, violent people, men in black, all that kind of, ecosystem of, political hooliganism.
Yeah.
If they can have that, I think it's a good thing. As a matter of fact, I'm crediting it. So that they can bring now, like in my county, Nakuru, they negotiated for Susan in UDA, and they negotiated, maybe they're going to negotiate for Ri to be in the UA. And now they have me as an independent, and maybe somebody else. So it is going to be an ideological warfare.
Yes.
Yeah.
So initially, you were in UDA.
Initially, I've been independent, but before I was in Jubilee. I was in Jubilee, yeah.
Okay.
But I jumped ship. But as a matter of fact, I will tell you, I was a young man when I joined Jubilee. I didn't believe in it.
So who is a Jubilee candidate in Nakuru County?
Most probably, they haven't negotiated, but every election is pitting Ricky and you. I think Ricky and you is going to get it. But I don't want to say here because they are going to the nomination. But but the system, it was him, he's a governor, and he created an outfit he used to call a new party, but he wasn't a member. So he was just pulling them to dump them. And then all of a sudden he jumped to Jubilee.
What's your take on direct nomination, direct ticket?
Like negotiated democracy, the one they're giving to...
Yeah, the consensus.
The consensus.
Right.
Like I told you, I don't mind if they can have that kind of a system, and then they bring in candidates and then we defeat them in the battle. I think we'll be good. Because what we don't want is to create an ecosystem and destroy the culture of violence with the young folks. We want a politics where young men and women...
But having a direct nomination, you expect to have a candidate also subjected to a nomination as well. It's given ticket and that's it.
There are reasons they want that ticket. They either pay for it or they are connected. Bring them on the ballot. Let's educate the population.
That is a perception, Elijah.
What do you mean?
Either they bought the ticket or otherwise.
Oh yeah, they bought. You're right. But what I mean is execute them to the ballot with other candidates. And when you do that, the Wanjikos will decide who is the best candidate. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, let's push everything to an ideological warfare. Yeah.
But you see, it's also given in the party manifesto, in the party structures. There are so many ways of giving a ticket. Either universal suffrage, that is happening currently, direct nomination, either you give through consensus, and so in this case, many actually opted for the direct nomination. For example, in parts of Nyanza, parts of Coast Region, Abdul Somad also got that ticket. We, as a Kenyan, we will never accept, even you as an aspirant, you will not accept that fact of direct nomination. You will still opt for direct, how do you call it? The ballot. The ballot,
yes. The suffrage. But Victor, I'm telling you again, there is no nomination in this country, either way. Even if they go to the ballot, you know what will happen. The ecosystem is violence. You know what will happen. We all know that. Let's not be blind to the fact what will happen. It had been there before, whereby people fight, kill each other, burn everything. That is what we want to destroy, that culture. And if they can do that through consensus, this country is going to live for a long time. We need history. We need to start building structures that the young ones can see something different. Remember, I was telling somebody, there was a time the Prime Minister was stoned in, his helicopter was stoned?
Yes.
Those were 22-year-old men. And I told somebody, in 2007, those men were 7 years. They did not even have cognitive of how politics behaves. But through that culture, now they are almost the same. So how do we destroy that culture? And I'm telling you what they are doing right now, actually I think it's a good thing. It's a good agenda. It's not the best thing, but at least it's a good thing. We are used to getting bare minimums in this country. So why can't we get it in at least a peaceful political transitional system?
What are you reading out of this nomination exercise? What's your take home?
Okay, fine. First of all, who do we have?
Who do we have? Right?
Absolutely. These are the same monkeys, different forests. I usually tell people, these are a saying by Maya Angelou, who said, believe them if they tell you who they are. These people have been telling us who they are from the word go, since they joined politics. Why do we have to try to mold them in something different? The mode is out, the architecture design is in, the mode is out, we know who they are. As a matter of fact, Victor, I know what kind of government we have come 2022. It will be full of you-know-who in either formation. So why are we expecting a different GDP, a different political culture, a different transparent system? It's the same thing. But that does not stop us from building a country. We can come, like me in Nakuru County, I can come and sell my ideas, and even Toto, who did it in Bomet, sell our ideas, and people listen to us. Are we talking about poverty? Are we talking about housing? Are we talking about education? Are we talking about healthcare? So that we can remove these echo chambers of political, what I call political nonsense.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Political nonsense. Wow. That's a heavy word. But to look at the number of, we have got 7,000 number of votes by which Laikipia woman Keto Ruguru actually lost to MP Amin Dedi. Most of these politicians never expected, because when you look at their performance, when you look at their loyalty, when you look at how vocal they are in the UDA, for example, people never expected them to lose at the ballot.
Yeah, like it or a guru.
Like, for example, let me just give you the names here on the Daily Nation. We have got Keto Ruguru, woman representative of Laikipia. We have got MP Ferdinand Waititu, Mr. Ferdinand Waititu, not MP, I beg your pardon. We have got MP Peris Tobiko. We have got Samuel Ragwa. We have got Joseph Boynet, former police IG. We have got Senator Isaac Maura, MP Moses Cheboy, MP Wilson Sosion, who was running in Bomet. We have got MP James Gishuhi, as well as former CS Charles Keter. Most of them, just to mention but a few, the nomination exercise is still on. When you look at this number, you never expected these people not to make it back.
Absolutely, I believe you. Nobody expects, especially if you look at Keto Ruguru, she has decided herself as a tigress in UDA.
Yes.
And as a fierce fighter for whatever, but her rhetoric, I guess people are also getting tired, Victor, with this kind of rhetoric. You know, you do not have to abuse your opponent. Just put your ideas in front. You know, let's be at the ideological war. Kenyans are getting tired of abusing each other as readers, because what it happens is like you are repressing just who you are removing one, repressing the other. Let's have civility in politics. And I guess if you look at this, most of these people, they either corrupt, especially they have corruption cases, they are rhetoric in politics, and I get Kenyans are getting to understand these are not the kind of leaders they need going forward. So I think it's a generational change, and I hope it is. It's not just a moment.
Legally, it's allowed for any candidate to go to run as an independent candidate. So what is this craze about independent candidates?
Okay, you're asking me to explain my position, right?
Yes.
I told you, we are not welcome in those houses, especially if you believe in anything. Like, if you are an ideologue, you're not going to get anywhere near politics in Kenya, because they will try to hunt you left, right, and middle. Because like I say, are we talking about poverty? Are we talking about education or law? Are we talking about youth and employment? Are we talking about healthcare? Those things are the fundamentals. Those are the things we are supposed to solve. What hanging fruits have these people left so that we can pick and move forward? Everybody is in for themselves. God for us all. But now, like I'm saying personally, talking on my personal capacity, the reason I'm running as an independent is to change political culture in Nakuru, and probably get an opportunity maybe to change it somewhere else. We can, we have a nation which has a youth demographic which is very intelligent. We can enhance technology. We're supposed, I was telling somebody, other nations are talking about magnetic, Maghreb, other countries are talking about digital. Look at Rwanda. Rwanda already created what we're calling a fourth industrial revolution center. Rwanda is ahead of us, and we're here talking about these. Every politician should look at the statistics we are having, think about the country, be selfless. And I usually tell them, go back to history. We had guys in this country who has done major things. I usually tell them, there was, in 1963, there was Kapengoria 6. If those guys were in this system, do you think we'd have independence today? Okay, look at, if Jaramogi was these politicians, A guy who was told, get the presidency, but he said no. Do you think these people would say that they are willing to burn the country to get the prize? So I think we should change the culture and have a selfless kind of leadership all over the country, and it's possible and we can do it.
Can you say that this is just a precursor of what you should expect in August?
In August, don't you think they're doing... I think, like I told you, they are negotiating. They haven't put us through that kind of political madness for now. I think we actually, what they're doing right now might get at some peaceful elections come August. Because if you look at what happened before 2007, it has started almost 1 year. It began to catch off violence. So by 2007, it was just gasoline to burn everything out. But right now what they're doing, I think, is good. If they can, if I was, like I told you, if I was to talk to William and Ryder, if these people are defeated, let them go. We have enough Kenyans who can occupy these positions, who are more loyal, who are more patriotic, who work with them and more intelligent to change this country. So let them go. Let's harness a new generation. Let me tell you, Victor, these people are nothing without these principles. And you know that. If Ryder goes to Nyanza and says 6 piece, that system will go. If today another politician went there and said no, it wouldn't go. So why can these principles, for one, be a little bit patriotic and let these people go so that we can create a new political dispensation going forward?
We have got so many independent candidates. It's provided for the law, and you are all allowed to vie as independent candidates. But then now, you know, the principles are saying that if you've lost in the nomination, then come back home and support the winners. Why not do that?
Exactly, that's the way they're supposed to do it. But I told you they don't believe in anything. Like personally, I went since I stayed on vying, I said I want to vie as an independent candidate. There are so many political parties. Some called me, told me we can do. I told them, no, I know the game. I won't be independent. But now they're going to come to my courage right now, going forward. They'll come to where I am because they think now, they have been disfranchised. No, they haven't. They have lost.
Elijah, you will not beat Kihika. You will not beat Governor Nicky.
No, I'll beat them. I'll beat them. Trust me.
You will not?
I'll beat them. Why would you say that? Why are you pessimistic?
I'm not.
What's up?
That is the truth.
No.
Will you beat them?
Yeah, we'll beat them. Why not? As a matter of fact, we are writing a new chapter in history of Nakuru County and this country, and I'm one of them. I think if Toto talked to you, she wouldn't have vied for women like Bomet.
Yeah?
Did she beat them?
She did.
Absolutely.
9 candidates.
Conviction. You know how you win stuff?
Tell me.
From your mind. You get conviction from your mind. Then you believe in your heart. You get everything done. That's what you do.
But Nakuru is too big for you, Elijah.
No. Who said it's too big for me? It's not. Why? Right now I'm getting to people. Like I told you, we will push the agenda of issues. And I'm telling you, Victor, Toto just made that possible.
That is Toto.
Me and you. Actually, me and you here are supposed to be amplified. You know what Toto did? And I think her winning is a win for the country. Change the political culture. If I don't win and change the political culture, I'll be a freedom fighter of political sobriety in this country. I get that, I'm good to go. I'm not going to kill to be a leader. But I say, like, there are people who sacrifice for a nation. There are people who put their body there and everything for a nation. You don't have to win all the time. The fact that you start, you have won for the country. And that goes for everybody from our freedom fighting.
You got to repeat that. You don't have to win all the time. The fact that you start, you've won.
You have won, absolutely.
That's powerful. That's powerful.
Thank you, man.
When you look at the nominations exercise that is happening right now, the tribunals are, right now, all the tribunals, both in the UDA and the Azimio, is abuzz with so many businesses because we have got so many complaints coming, and most of them are people who have been in the system for quite some time, so to speak, in the political arena for quite some time. When you talk of, for example, Toto, nobody expected her to win from nowhere to somewhere, beating all the big names, all other candidates and contestants in Bomet. The tribunal, some people would say, will not give them a good hearing.
Okay, if in my own opinion,
yes,
I would like all these losers to come to panels and sell their manifesto to the nation, because they don't have any. We keep amplifying them and giving them space, and they have nothing. They don't care about this country. Talk to them about poverty eradication. Look, most of them, and they have been in power. These are people we are saying already have enjoyed being in power, but come with numbers, come with hanging fruits. What can we track what you have done? Because if that was a way, that's how the tribunal should work, then every Kenyan should, maybe something was stolen from them, but they have nothing. So taking tribunal, getting back is just trying to get a political correctness, trying to avoid a fallout, especially in these big parties. But these people, I don't think they have serious votes. You know, if like I said again and again, if William Ruto and Honorable Raila found these people, if the Wananchi did not vote for them, just let them go. You know, the nation is bigger than each one of us.
Somebody would argue that it's running as an independent candidate would be equated to being in denial. You've been defeated. Why not just step aside and let other people run for the position?
Absolutely, and they're going to destroy our brand. People like us who believed in an ideology and went independent. Like I'm saying again and again, I'm telling Nakuru people, I decided to run as an independent candidate because I want to eliminate poverty, education, healthcare. I want to bring jobs. I want to bring diaspora money. Those are the things I want to do in Nakuru County. So if somebody out there is defeated and then comes and as a independent candidate, just understand they are not willing to fix the county. And I'm saying, like, I'm very ready to face Susan Kehika and Ricky Nyanjuiku.
Yes.
They have nothing to offer. They've been in power. You know, I want their record. I have their record. You know, they have not performed. So we can start there, not necessarily destroying them, but destroying the culture of mediocrity and non-performance.
What do you think should change as we head towards the August general election? Because when you look at Honorable Raila Odinga, his eyes are completely focused on the big seat, same as the DP. They say that they don't go there without their foot soldiers. Raila says the same, as well as UDA's Deputy President William Ruto. But with all these people dropping by the wayside, it's a big threat to their candidature?
No, it's not. You know, these guys enjoy what we call religious following. Raila and Ruto, today, I'm sorry to say, I remember Donald Trump who said he can shoot somebody in 5th Street, no, he can lose a vote. The same case with Raila and Ruto. Right now, they do something so gracious, you know, nobody will believe about it, they'll still get their votes. So these people have their votes. I don't even know why they have to keep these people around them. They have their votes already. They'll get their votes, but I'm hoping, if I would ask them to commit themselves to, first of all, a peaceful transition, and whoever wins, we are ready for any political dispensation that is going to move this country forward. We are looking at stability. Victor, if you look at all the international organizations, Kenya is scoring so high, but in our politics, it's scoring so low. That is why investors, you know, our political culture, violence, you know, what you're seeing right now, that's not good politics. That has no development agenda. So you see investors who are ready. You've seen Microsoft here, IBM here. These companies are willing to invest in Kenya because Kenya, we have the talent, we have an energetic youth, and our people are intelligent. But they're not willing because one issue, instability, and our politics. So if these people can start creating a culture of stability in our politics, whichever way, Victor, whichever way. And that is why I was telling somebody, don't be mad about BBI. Don't be mad about it. If it brings stability, good for the country. Because they are investors who are willing to come bring money here, and this country has enough talent to move to their level. Kenya can comfortably build a 30 trillion economy in the next 10 years if we are just stable. We have the talent, we have everything going for us, the ecosystem is working for us. It's only politics, political instability. And that is why these people, if they are patriotic today, they all resign and let other people come and govern this country to the next phase.
Absolutely. What would you talk about the nomination? Because some people would say that nomination should not be part of the process, because when it comes to getting the right candidate, then consensus is also being actually criticized by some people. You being one of the independent candidates, we have got so many independent candidates right now who are running for different political seats.
Absolutely.
Why is this craze about independent candidates? Yes, it's provided for, it's legal, then you should go for that particular post. But why don't you just come back home and say, this is it, it's over for me, and let's look for another day?
For them or for me?
You. And
no, I didn't have to see it.
And even your colleagues were running
no, I didn't have to move from a defeat trying to get a victory on their side. No, what I would say is I'll remind these people, like I say all the time, to understand, to educate themselves. Like there was this philosopher Edmund Burke who said, we are indebted to the living, the dead, and the unborn. These people are supposed to know their actions is indebted to even the dead. And they're indebted to our freedom fighters and even to the living. Theirs is not about themselves, it's about possessions they have been given by God and by Kenyans to govern this country. And all they have to do is to educate themselves and understand this country is bigger than all of them. And when historians sit down there to write about them, they're not going to write about who they own, the positions of powers they had, but what they did for this country. We do not remember Tom Mboya because of what he owns in this Nairobi.
Yeah.
We do not remember Jaramogi for what he owns in this country. Even Kenyatta, even Kapenguria 6. Okay, Kenyatta, we can say there's ownership, but most of the Kapenguria 6, we don't remember them for any material ownership. And even they didn't even hold power. We remember them for their selfless sacrifice for a nation. And that's where we reach right now, Victor. We need those kind of leaders.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's now time to look at what's been happening. And, the DP side said that there'll be no sacred cows. Everybody must go to the ballot and face the electorate. Are we learning something out of this? As politicians, are you learning something out of the nomination exercise?
Okay, let's first, I don't like to use the word hustler, because there's a lot of misconception. I'll say people who are disadvantaged at some point. When that mantra came up, some people mean that mantra, and that is why you're seeing these people falling. Because there are people who believe this country, the economic inequality, it can't go any far. Like I told somebody, yes. Like even if we paraphrase Martin Luther, who said, America will not survive as a notion of material prosperity in an island of poverty. The same here in Kenya, but we can say here is a notion of poverty in an island of material prosperity. It cannot provide. The inequality, the poverty levels, Victor, it's appalling. People are hungry in this country. People are dying. Hospital bills. We have masses of our people. And if you want to measure a society, you do not measure a society with its billionaires. No. You measure the strength of a society with the weak ones. But if you look at our weak ones, then we put this country at the bottom of the totem pole in every area. So it's upon these people to understand, like I say, the country is bigger than them. And William Ruto, like you said, back to him, give him credit for creating that political capital. I hope he can harness that. We move forward with the idea, but not use it to camouflage what you want to get. Just come say, this country needs to harness more totals in the game. Come to Nakuru County, say we need Elijah to govern this county because he's the one with ideology. Then at that level, the country will move to that direction slowly, and then we create a political culture. There's one thing I want to tell people. We don't go to, and later, maybe in 10 years, we will not be talking about them. But Victor will be talking of another brand of politicians, maybe worse than them. When Moi was governing this country, nobody ever thought we could have more strong people than we have right now. So it's a culture. Unless we destroy the culture, the conveyor of corruption, the conveyor belt of corruption, greed and everything is still feeding in that machine. And we can, 100%, 20 years, we're going to have the same product sitting in these positions of power in this country. Okay.
And now, when you talk about the candidates, it must have been a very hard nut to crack for so many aspirants out there.
Oh, yeah, it is. Independent candidate, most of the independent candidates, one thing you see about them, they are not moneyed. Because if you have money, you buy the nomination. We know how much it was going for. So for everybody who had money, they bought. The second level, the second tier, was what you call negotiated democracy. Again, when they went for negotiated democracy, they went to the person who is more popular, not popular because of the ideas, it's populism politics, who are hooligans, who hire thugs and all that. Those are the kind tier. The third tier, who are more ideological, have no position. And that is why most of them may be jumped into dependent candidate, including me. So, and I believe the pillar that stand with this country is the third tier, not the first and the second. So I know what you're saying, the campaign is expensive. We are finding it very hard to cover all the ground, but we believe And we believe, and like I usually tell them, there's this man, I like referring to history most of the time because it guides us to where we're going. Okay, fine. There was, in Vietnam, there was this guy who was called General Ho. He told Americans, he was in Northern Vietcong general. You know what he told Americans? For every 10 of my men you kill, I kill one of you, but I will win and you lose. That kind of conviction. And as a matter of fact, is the principle that Mau used. Because do you know what statistics? Mau were losing one white settler to 100 of them. But they won, and the colonialists left. So it's a conviction. We have to believe where we stand. We will win for this country and these people. Most of them who are corrupt, sorry to say, we will lose. That is where Kenya is headed. Yeah, we will win for the right people. We win for the right people. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So look at the camera. You are camera 5. And you have got your 30 seconds of fame, as I usually do it here. Talk to your people in Nakuru County and tell them your idea as an independent candidate and why you think you're best suited to run as an independent candidate as opposed to having a party. There you go, in 30 seconds, starting now.
All right, Nakuru people, I'll say good morning. My agenda for Nakuru County is very simple. I have 4 main agendas. I have education, I have healthcare, I have youth employment, and I have diaspora capital to bring to Nakuru County. I want to tell you that we have programs for youth employment. We have diaspora money coming. We have 400 billion of diaspora money coming in this country. I want that money to go to Nakuru and make Nakuru diaspora sanctuary. We invest in healthcare, hospitality, and manufacturing. Those are areas that we have harnessed. We will create almost 100,000 jobs in my first year in office. I'm asking you, Nakuru people, to give me your vote. And I'm telling diaspora, whoever they are, whether they're in Middle East, whether they're in America, you have a warrior fighting for you in this country because the system has disowned you. And if you want to develop, what you do is have access to capital. We have $4 billion shillings, which can come to Nakuru County and can be harnessed to 1 trillion shillings in investment. I'm here asking for your vote. I hope you vote for me. I'm an ideologue. I like everybody. And I'm telling Nakuru people, if you vote for me, you see change in my first year in office. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you. All right. That brings us to the end of our Eye on Politics on this particular Monday. We are taking a break, and I've been talking to Elijah Chege, who is an aspirant and independent candidate in gubernatorial seat that is in Nakuru County. And as always, we wish you all the best. We are taking a break, but when we come back, we are heading straight to Radio Taifa. Edwin Sifuna, the ODM Secretary General, will be having this discussion with Mwajuma and Rashid at the other side of the Radio Taifa. Let's take a break, and when we come back, straight to that discussion.